Right, this is going to be an art. Hiya, Eulogise Carol here. Got lovely blank canvas, haven't we? So the other day we were looking at, making a drawing of something. And, I hear quite a lot of clients say, well, I'm not an artist, I can't draw. Well, I'm not really. I wasn't trained, I haven't got any skills in that area, but I do like to make things, so I suppose let's have a go. So I'm just going to put a little wavy line in. And then it's much harder with the pen, I must admit. There are artists that are fantastic pens, it's not me. So with this wavy line, I could just put a couple more waves in. We're just going to play around here. I'm not going to worry about technically correct or any other funny little thing. I just want to get some lines in. And then if I was going to have sun, if I was painting this, it would look completely different, but I'm going to put the sun up here. And then I love it when you get these like beams. They literally are like beams. They come out like that. I don't know why I like it so much, but when it goes through life and hits things, it's astounding. So you get this. I just like it when you see it. You might have a cloud formation right here. And the sunlight seems to somehow cut through that. It's, it's absolutely gorgeous. You think, how does that happen? But somehow the light, the clouds seem to be behind the light. But we know that the sun is, I don't know, it's not on this planet, over there somehow. You think, how does the clouds are behind the light? How does the sunlight come forward? Surely the sun, this is how my brain works. Why isn't the beams everywhere? Or is it this is so powerful that when it hits the clouds, somehow it comes through? When this happens, you sort of see like a patch on the sea, where this is shimmering, like all little spots build up. And it's shimmering just in that area where the sun touches it. Sometimes it's so bright, it's really difficult to look at, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And there's all these lovely glimmers of sparkle all over the water. You can sit there and look at it, literally, and try and fathom out, how did that happen? You might need to put your hand up, take the glare away, or put some darker glasses on. Why that's happening, it's almost like when you're sitting there looking at something or standing, it's like the sun coming to you. It's fantastic. So here you could have a sandy beach. And then as the water comes up, it just gently sort of ripples in, ripples out. Has a nice sound to it. I'm only putting an edge there. Doesn't have to be that. And that's just one painting. Bit of clouds. Whatever you want them to be. In the air. You could, if you wanted to, miles away, put a thing up with a thing up. Just see some little boat. Put a little front cabin in it and put some round windows in it. It's just floating along. And down here you might have a bit of bigger ship. I have lots of boats and things in it. So you can make a drawing and that's art. You don't have to be doing anything special. You don't have to be a proper artist, whatever that may be. There's always going to be people gifted, always. And that's where it's so exciting to watch somebody who can draw exactly what they're looking at, can make their brain think of it and can hold a pencil and draw it. I'm in awe. I love it. I love artists and I love people who do completely different stuff. So another nice thing to do, it's very good with watercolour, is if you draw a house, let's say like that. And then you could again have here a fence down a road. And then the house got odd shaped out roof. Could be tiled. I mean, you can make them up, but as it is, you've got so much design out there, you can make anything you fancy, really. Put in some curtains, or shutters, or whatever you want it to be. So you can have a house like that. And so on and so forth. If you were doing this as a watercolour, what I have found is if you start making a template like this and then leave it to dry, because it's very watery, I will show some watercolours, and leave it to dry. When you come back, the picture won't be like you left it. And often where it's dried, you can then repaint in. Houses will appear. Even forests, you might find somewhere you've done it. And you've got a rocky formation coming around like this and it's pebbly. And then on the pebbles you've got a fantastic coniferous. Is that edible? It's trees that don't lose their leaves. I'm sure I've said it wrong. I don't think I've ever said it right yet. You will have to bear with me. I'm not very good on words and I haven't got a very good memory. Not short-term memory anyway. But again, you do this and you created something again. You know, just have a go, have a play with things and try and get your imagination going, and or pick up magazines and things like that and look at them and then try copying them. And don't say to yourself that's rubbish, because you're learning to use an expression from you. Nothing's rubbish. You're not rubbish. You're fantastic. You're beautiful. And this is part of your beauty. You're learning to have fun. I mean, I love houses particularly, because each one could be different. Might be a house of your dreams. Where you live, you might have more wooden houses. there's lots of ideas you can have, and you don't have to paint it all in at once or draw it all in at once. You could go back to it, and you could use pencil and use different things, or fabric. We'll have a go at fabrics another time. And you can just add to it, and then even in this, you can have like another building there. Go up, stop it there, take the roof up a little bit higher. Bring that down and put a little bit like that in it. So, and then you can put a chimney on that. And then you can step out again. Yeah. You know, you can add, so you're adding a street to your building. Down there you wouldn't have the same thing, but you might have a thicker line. And maybe another roof going up behind it. Similar type roof. Comes down here, and then maybe just a little bit of a show there. Yeah? So you can add to places, you don't have to have them just here, but you just, I experiment and I just mess about and experiment. I don't know if it's going to work or it's not going to work, or, and I think when I first started this, I was very critical, and then I thought, this is stupid. I'm being so critical. Nature isn't. There are trees all over the place. Some survive, some do better, some are thinner, some are fatter. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to anything, but it's all so beautiful. And there's no such thing as perfection. You know, when you're making a house, you probably want your windows to be exactly lining up. You probably wouldn't want to put a house with a window there and the other one just slightly down, because somebody would go, look at that, it's not straight. But if it meant something to you, the reason you dropped that window down and then brought the others up, then it's personal. You're never going to see it as a flaw. You're going to see it because you put it in the way you wanted to express yourself. So it doesn't matter what other people say. If you look at anybody's face, the chances of their smile being exactly in the right place, or their resting face, or their nose being right, their eyes being in the same place, slightly wider apart. Some people have them up, some people have them down, their ears are slightly different. We're all different with lots of these lovely little quirky bits about our character. And that's how your drawing will be, with all of the expressions of your whole body coming up, barging each out the way. I want to do this. Someone wants to do a house. And you're having fun with yourself, your inner self. This is you expressing that fun. And you'll do paintings like this or drawings like this. Down here could be a river. I do like moving water, I must admit. In my drawings, I put them in all of them. And then there's another bank there. And if you wanted to define it again, put the fence back in. If I was painting, I wouldn't necessarily paint as fast as this, but it just gives everybody an idea of, you know, something. You can create something. You can put the road in it, but I would buy paintings with detail in it and love it, but I am personally not so much worried about detail on that side. But this would just give you an idea of something to paint, and then write your name on it. Like that. Sign it off. And then there you are. If you want to colour it in, you can. If you don't, leave it like that. This is on A1, and it's a flip chart thing, but you can make that into something small. You could take pictures of that and just copy that to get yourself going if you wanted to. It's just a big felt tip pen on this flip chart paper. It's a bit too shiny for me personally. I do like rough paper, but I'll have to get some art paper and put it up here and show you the same sort of scenes as this, but I'll paint it, and then we'll leave it to dry and come back and see what we think of it. Anyway, that's all for now. Healergize.com, Healergize_Reiki. My name's Carol. I hope you've enjoyed my nonsense, because I love this. This really is good for my healing. And when I say healing, inside, I'm allowing my inside to express itself through my hands. And that is a wow factor. Enjoy.